He'll have the pictures, right? Good, good. That'll be really interesting. Listen, I gotta go now. Yeah, they're here. Listen, I'll give them the tape, all right? Listen, you do your job and I'll do mine, all right? All right, bye. Hello. You're early. Well, no matter, we shall just forge ahead with what must be done. As you recall, Spector's return was impending. Carlotta was considering a name change, her numerologist having pointed out the benefits of having more vowels in her name. Vladimir noted all these occurrences, but from a distance. He had not had the chance to see rampant paranoia in action, and, unwilling to travel to the White House to see urban paranoia, decided to settle for this. Margaret watched everything with deep concern. First Jonathan and Victor, and now this. She was ready for a break. Jonathan seemed unfazed by everything around him. He had made a point of avoiding Victor for a couple of weeks and had built up a certain tolerance to him. Now, how does Spector fit into all this? Let's listen in as Claire questions Jonathan about his nonchalance. Oh yeah, let's keep close attention on those household appliances.
Well, John, you certainly are unconcerned by all this talk about Spector. I think a more dynamic response is required to this threat.
Come on, Claire. This guy Spector is no business of mine.
This is no time for isolationism, my friend. A storm is brewing, and you'd best be a weatherman to know which way the wind blows, which bodes no goodwill.
What the hell does that mean? If this guy Spector is such bad news, why isn't he in jail or a presidential appointee or something?
He is not with the group. He is not a team player. His file shows consistent disregard for rules and authority. When he was a kid, his paper route was irregular. He delivered claptrap so strange even you wouldn't touch it. You know what I mean. Ask Margaret why she's so upset if you don't think this is such an explosive situation.
Oh, Claire, I'm just tired of everyone looking over their shoulder all the time. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood where peace was the rule of thumb, and it's getting harder and harder to find around here. Oh, that's something you wouldn't understand.
Honey, the remote's on the Fritz again. I thought you said you fixed it.
Didn't I tell you? We're going mobile, finally free of the burden of handheld mechanization. We're true video gypsies now. Just a glance will do. Now try.
Come on. I feel silly. What kind of glance?
Like this, silly. Teeth. There are still some bugs to work out of the system. You see, it's a relatively new method based on a combination of iridology and the Uri Geller School of Television Programming. Once we get underway, I promise a lot more excitement and better function. Jonathan has the mid-morning report now. John?
As the ancients said, let's throw a sop to Cerberus. Perhaps that comment is too oblique for some. I can only repeat the words of the bard Tom Lehrer, who once said, "Look it up." And now the news. Disney World threatened by Florida sinkhole monster. Himalayan Amazon tribe discovered to be keeping caged men as love slaves. Vampire doctors discovered stealing blood. Plus your horoscope protection guide for nuclear war. And this just in, investigators are examining the assault of a Brooklyn woman by her daughter's Cabbage Patch doll. The doll, believed to be possessed by the devil, assaulted the woman after a TV special entitled The Smurfs' Black Mass. The unnamed victim is now recuperating in a New York hospital. Her daughter has donated the doll to the newly formed vigilante group, Bernie's Angels. A source close to the investigation told us, "We are concerned about these attacks becoming an epidemic, but we are not too worried because not every Cabbage Patch doll is possessed by Satan. We are, however, putting all their adoption papers on file. Now, Margaret has a household hen. Honey?
Has this ever happened to you? You come home from work, only to find your fern or philodendron gasping for water. What can be done to prevent this? Why this helpful device?
I've been fighting communism on and off since '39. There's only freedom of speech for them. You have opposing viewpoints, they try to beat you up.
As you can see, we're having problems with transmission control. Because of the problems, we won't be able to go on with Margaret's demonstration. But as you can see from the healthy plant behind me, it sure does work, huh? What's that?
I don't know.
It's in the refrigerator. You open it.
No, you dear.
You're the scientist. You open it.
Please. Oh, it's just some old leftovers.
Then why is it moving?
Well, let's see here. There's some protein, vegetable matter, basic carbon byproducts. Nothing that could generate life as we know it. However, it is still moving.
What does our lease say about pets? I mean, it's not like it's a pet or anything, is it? I mean, should we throw it out?
Leave me to sleep, you worthless excuse for carbon units.
John, I don't think I've ever heard leftovers speak before.
Jonathan! Margaret! Were you talking to someone?
No.
No.
I thought you might be talking to Spectre. I planted plenty of anti-personnel devices about town, but I can't be certain with someone like him. Are you sure you weren't talking to someone?
No.
Yes.
There's nobody here but us basic carbon, Jonathan and myself. I bet you're all in a tizzy about Spectre coming to town. Would you like a cup of coffee before you go?
That's very kind of you, Margaret. You know what I would like, though?
A carry-out cup?
Some of that coffee cake of yours. I'll bet there's some still in the refrigerator.
No.
No.
Now, how about that cup of coffee?
I'll take a rain check on that coffee. But you both, be certain to tell me if you even smell that creature.
You can trust us.
You know, Margaret, Spectre is awfully dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Perhaps I should leave you this.
That's all right, Victor. We have the chainsaw in the garage.
And plenty of gas.
Yes. Excellent. That's very good. Good, Jonathan. Well, be sure to let me know first thing.
Right.
Will do.
Not an instant's delay now.
You bet.
Even if you only smell it.
You'll be the first to know.
Don't forget, he's very dangerous.
What are we going to do with this thing in the refrigerator? I'm afraid to even touch it.
Don't worry, I'll talk to Carlotta about it. I think Tupperware makes something for it. Dear, I've been wondering. I wonder why Spectre's coming back to town. Dear, did you hear me?
Spectre is coming to town because I asked him to.
You asked him to come to town? Whatever for?
I'll tell you why.
My man.
So proud of you, John, you remembered. Jonathan asked me here to assist you in dealing with Claire Kelly and Victor Uzi. Nice setup, John. Margaret? Breakfast show now, huh? I like the wallpaper.
My idea.
Jonathan, this is going to spoil everything we've worked to build here. This is going to change everything.
Yes, it is. I am going to change everything.
Shaking that thing the way I do. A policeman said, girl, you can't walk like that. And my boyfriend said, I got the boogie in my socks. Oh, please don't think the little girl stops. Oh, you dirty fool.
And now, with an in-the-know commentary, is our own Spectre.
I'm not sure, but is this the way things are supposed to be? I mean, sitting around the tube all day, dioded out. Is this a life or what? Well, what do you make of it?
Well, we're here to enlighten and to inform, of course. We stand in the vanguard of the forefront, watching the dawn. Do you know what the Mondo family epigraph is? If you have your own TV set, there's no reason not to have your own show. As to the process, you'd really have to ask Margaret. She designed the transmission system. All I can tell you is that where communications have utilized microwave links, we have utilized microwave breakfast links to achieve our purposes.
Breakfast links? There's nothing odd about breakfast links. Now, bacon, that's odd. It's structurally irregular.
Too wavy.
Doesn't transmit.
Yeah. I don't know about Jonathan or you, but I find there are as many people who don't know how to respond as there are people who don't care to. Some folks live by if you have something nice to say, don't, and others live by the opposite. It just depends.
Yes, Spectre, thank you. Folks, I've been working rather hard to develop this Geller iridology method of broadcast transmission. Now, don't walk away from your set or anything, just watch this.
Oh dear, I'm so proud of you. I really am. Even Mr. Wizard would be proud of what you've accomplished in learning this method. I sure am. What a guy.
Oh, shucks. What a gal.
There you are, you shameless, suffering creep.
Carlotta, whatever do you mean? What have I done to you?
Don't play innocent with me, Maggie. What was it first? That tractor tracer phone gadget. Don't bother calling, Carlotta, you said. And then what was it? Oh, that asinine plant waterer, which I'm not even sure works. What gall you have! I have spent years establishing a network, building a name for myself, making this market. I did not do all this to have some upstart usurp my turf. Whatever this is to you, Maggie, some form of twisted revenge because I ran the camera that morning some time ago while you slept? Whatever it is to you, it is my livelihood. You can always market some 20th century time saver, and Jonathan's still getting money from that guru soap opera he wrote. I'm not fortunate like that. I depend upon the credit cards of strangers and friends, which I thought we were. I obviously had you mistaken for someone else.
Folks, that was a nice commentary from our own Blanche to Carlotta Bacon. Remember, she does have some dandy little items that dispenser gets. Remember, if you want to send the very best, you could do worse than dispenser. Probably. Well, onward. We recently instituted a neighborhood watch program that goes something like this. We show neighborhood tape, and you watch it like this.
Oh, waiter, waiter, percolator, I love tea. I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Bye. Thank you.
In the heat of the moment, Margaret realized the opportunity for diplomacy presented her. She and Carlotta negotiated and signed a truce. Let's tune in as Margaret says to Carlotta,
It's all settled then. I'll market items that I devise and allow you to help sell them. In return, you market dispenser items here every once in a while. Together, we'll make this neighborhood a place that'll rival the world's greatest trading centers. Thieves Market, for example.
Now you're on the up escalator, Maggie. Together we can whip the backlash right out of the ballpark. Say, do you mind if I grab more half and half? Ow!
Don't you two-eared geeks ever get tired of opening the door? Is it Miller time, or is there something particular you want, you steaming bipeds? Can't take the heat in here, huh?
in a bizarre twist of fate, Carlotta had found out what the Mondos were trying to hide from the neighborhood. There was another tenant. Sometimes if you leave leftovers too long in the icebox, they may get a bit moldy. Usually, though, they'll just stay leftovers. Was that enough for this household? No, they have to develop leftovers with sentience.
Maggie? Johnny? What was that?
What?
That noise.
Which noise?
In the refrigerator.
Oh, Carlotta, you're not interested in some old mold now, are you?
Oh. No, you don't, Maggie.
There's a music tape
Sit
that...
right down there and explain this refrigerator thing to me. if I can stand it. Well, all right. Excuse me. Well, what's all this then?
What's all this then? Creep, shut that door.
No. I'm going to stand right here until you explain yourself. L. Bob Beanie, the author of Diuretics, the Gospel according to Amway, says that out of the emulsion left over in a buying spree comes the perfect consumer.
Are you brain dead or something? Go find whatever you're looking for somewhere else. I didn't ask for spontaneous generation. Better go before I slime you. Why don't you go exercise the right half of your brain for a while?
That's just something or other whose intentions are good.
Oh, Carlotta, please don't let it be misunderstood.
I think this would be a marvelous time to monitor this tape that a fraction of hundreds have been raving about. Let's see, shall we?
Please release me. Let me go. Oh, I don't love you anymore. To live together is a sin.
Well, quite the time, huh? It's been an interesting morning, and it promises to get even better.
Maggie, it's calling me. I can hear it. I can hear you. Speak. Oh, speak. Oh, Maggie, even now I can feel it growing, yearning to be free, to speak the truth. Speak! Oh, Maggie! This is the phlegm of God. You have got a real artifact on your hands. We're talking lords. We're talking mega write-up in Abso People, the magazine for hip seekers. Maybe even a cable movie. We could get Sting to play Jonathan, and we could get some mousy little actress to play you. We have to get somebody to produce it, though. Maybe,
Carlotta,
maybe with the money from our new company.
Look,
we could.
the door. It's calling you.
Well, now, Margaret, we'd have to get somebody to produce it. I don't know. Maybe the money from our new company.
Folks, I have some cleaning to do, so we'll see you later. Bye.
Ever since I was a young boy, I craved that colored ball. So I hung out at Safeway in my local shopping mall, investing all my pennies, hoping one would fall. But I tell you, this Larson kid can't get a damn gumball. I'm a gumball loser, don't got any luck. A gumball loser, 'cause my penny keeps getting stuck. Got a penny from my mother, got it stuck in the machine. So I tried another and I witnessed the same scene. Still I kept on trying till I spent them all. But I tell you, this Larson kid can't get a damn gumball. One day I got real lucky, spent a penny and no more. Gumball started rolling, so I opened that little door. And it fell on the floor. Spent last night at a bar, the girl thought it was cool, so I went into the bathroom to buy something for my tool. Put my last 2 quarters into that machine on the wall. You'll never guess what I got. A blue-green gumball. Yeah, gosh. Pete, eat your heart out.
Hi. We want you to come back next week. We have a particularly interesting show for you. In it, we feature Koan. He is turning...
Frigid air, Domine whirlpool, Ken mortidium.
Look for our next episode, Rubber Mondo.